Hey, welcome everyone. I'm Jose Bonilla. This is Robert Gallegos, and we'll just get started right away. So dive right in. Robert, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Robert Gallegos. I am a family man. I'm also a native here to Denver, Colorado. I am a real estate agent.
Awesome. All right, perfect. Well, look, just to kind of why don't you fill us in a little bit, fill them in on a little bit of how we met and how we got associated.
So I decided to kind of pursue the career of real estate. I don't even know how I got into it, to be 100% honest with you, but I knew you, Jose, through a mutual friend that we had. I know Jose had been in the business for quite some time already and was very successful at what he was doing so far.
Perfect. Yeah. So here, and I'll give you guys my take. So Justin Romero is one of my best friends, longtime friend, and really good friends with Robert as well. So we got linked up that way. Basically, it was right when you got your license, right? Like right when you first got licensed.
Yeah.
And then from there, I remember going to class with you, an amazing class. You were with another brokerage at the time. And so that's kind of how we kind of kick-started off, at least knowing each other or knowing of each other, right?
Right.
And why don't you tell me a little bit about when we first connected as far as potentially working together? I mean, in that sense, like, what was the main problem that you wanted to address that you really wanted help fixing?
Sure. So I knew that I wanted to pursue real estate 100%. I was previously in a different kind of business, which I didn't see a long-time future in. And so I was kind of doing real estate part-time, and then I decided to make the move to doing it full-time. I had joined a team with a different company that I was with at the time. And things were kind of starting to pick up just a little bit, but
Starting to get leads and
I was starting to get leads a little bit, and I was getting some training. I was kind of figuring out, okay, what are my daily tasks? What do I need to do to actually, be successful in this business? Right. And I remember getting a phone call from yourself, and I know you had said that, hey man, like I'm starting up my team, super busy right now. I'm up to my ears in business. What do you think about coming and joining me and my team? And I just remember I was kind of taken aback a little bit. I was like, man, I think I'm getting the hang of this right now. I don't know if I just really quite want to make the jump yet. So it's kind of reserved a little bit to the to the question, and I was just kind of like, I think I'm kind of good where I'm at, honestly. But in the back of my mind, I knew that I needed, a change needed to happen. With my surroundings and my career.
Perfect. Well, okay, so at that time, so the problem was, I mean, you weren't closing deals, right?
Exactly.
But you had some momentum. You had leads going.
A little bit.
And honestly, the team that you were on, great team, right? They had a lot of great structures in place, a lot of systems, and really a place where, a lot of people could thrive and succeed in. But it just wasn't working for you specifically, right? So, and that's one thing that I like to. This is one of those things where I'm, I obviously want to show what Elevate Ave has done for you, but at the same time, I mean, we know that people, succeed and thrive in other places. It's just not every single place or team is a good fit for everyone. So, I went against everything that I've been taught as far as coaching and, like how to hire, right? I was like, you know what? I like this guy. We connected really well, right? And I just thought it was time to do something. So, perfect. So we knew what the problem was.
Right.
Needed to get you going as far as getting an actual closed transaction, and then being able to convert some of the leads that you were getting, right?
Sure. Yep.
Perfect. So we had a really long conversation as far as getting you on, and you finally said, you know what, let's do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
What did that feel like? What was that like?
Scary. I mean, really, really scary. You know what I mean? At this time now, I'm kind of I dove in with 2 feet with real estate, and I was kind of starting to build some momentum here a little bit, and I kind of thought to myself, okay, I was kind of starting to get the picture of this, and
so while you were building that momentum, but you weren't seeing the results.
Yeah.
What kind of impact was that having on you?
I mean, so obviously it's discouraging. Real estate is a different kind of business. It's not something where you get that immediate that immediate reward. It's not like, you're clocking in and, by the hour you're making money. You know what I mean? I'm making this hour I made money, last hour I made money too. No, with real estate, you're putting in the work and you're not going to reap the benefits of that, for at least another 60 to 90 days.
That's if you do.
So, and that's even if.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. Exactly. That's even if you do. That's 100% correct. So, it was tough for me. And so I think what I was looking for was really just kind of a little more hands-on, kind of more intimate kind of guidance with what I needed to do to become a successful real estate agent. And, I've read plenty of books and stuff like that. And I think, one of them said, something to the degree of, if I am to be successful is because I stood on the shoulders of giants, those who came before me. So, I took a look at Jose and I seen, his success, what he was doing, and I thought, well, if I join this guy and, he's showed me and he's willing to show me what he's doing, why wouldn't I be able to, accomplish or at least get close to, some of the things that he's accomplished so far too. So I think that was kind of the driving force. Was I made a decision and I was like, hey, I want to do this business. If I need to do it, I need to get with this guy.
Perfect. All right. Well, what did you realize that you needed to correct at that moment?
So at that moment, it was just, converting leads. Even just getting my feet wet in a transaction, figuring out, okay, I knew I wanted to get a client, but once I got a client, I was clueless as to what do I even do when I have a client now. You know what I mean? There's so many steps. There's so many things that are involved in a real estate transaction that it's almost it's essential to have, someone there over your shoulder, holding your hand, metaphorically and guiding you through that. And so I think that's really what I needed was, to get my feet wet and figure out, okay, what do I actually need to do to, be successful and yeah.
Be able to close deals.
Be able to close a deal, yeah.
Exactly. All right, fantastic. All right, so let's see.
What did you do with that lesson? How did you apply it? All right, so you knew you needed to get your feet wet. You needed to get something under contract. I think the biggest thing, like you mentioned, is just having some sort of guidance, right? Because I know when I first started, that was a big part of, you have a lot more confidence speaking with clients, especially, people are trusting you with one of their biggest investments in their lives.
Sure.
And so you want to have the confidence that you are the right person, that you can help out in the right way, right? So you want to provide value to your clients. In that sense, once you learn that lesson as far as, okay, this is what I need to do, how did you apply it, or how did you approach that? Now that you were on the team, right? So now you and I are working together.
Okay.
So how did you apply that?
So really just kind of diving in and doing it. Honestly, like I'm the kind of person that feels like I need to master something before I feel comfortable, doing it. I feel like I need to practice something a whole lot before I'm actually out there in the field and doing it. With in this situation, I know when I had came over, you were like, hey dude, like I have some clients that you can work with like now.
Like immediately.
Yeah, immediately.
Right? Yeah.
And I was like, what? Like, it was just kind of weird to me. So once I got in and I was just kind of thrown to the wolves, you know what I mean? I dove in and, everything just kind of became a little second nature to me. And obviously, I had you there to, guide me, 100% through the way. I didn't have that feeling like I was asking a dumb question, or anything like that, because, it was so hands-on, it was so intimate. We were so close, on every transaction, which, obviously has tremendously paid off, leading up all the way now to my present career. So
Awesome. All right, so...
Sorry, I don't even know if that answered your question.
No, it did. Perfect. If anything, you actually went to the next one and answered that too. So it said what happened once you applied it. So I don't know if there's anything you want to add on to that, but once you applied it, once you started feeling or getting a taste of, successful closings, being
Sure.
able to actually be that trusted advisor for your clients, what did that mean to you, or what happened when you actually got that accomplished?
Oh man, it was huge. I think I was actually emotional. My first closing that I had, it just seemed like it was something that was just it was a goal for sure, you know what I mean? And you thought about pursuing it, but you didn't even know the steps to take or how to get there or what, and so, once you're seeing your hard work and everything just kind of come to fruition, it was, obviously it was very emotional, you know what I mean? Like, man, I
happened,
can't. Yeah,
right?
I can do this. You know what I mean? And I mean, that's obviously, definitely credited to yourself. You know what I mean? Showing me the little things that I needed to know how to do, even just certain verbal skills, how to talk to people, and just kind of just tweak your words that you're using a little bit. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, honestly, just so much. That's obviously just one of the small things that I could at least even think of right now. But yeah, I mean, obviously having my first closing, that was huge. You know what I mean? And
That
seeing,
kind of got the momentum going.
yeah, that built my confidence, and that kind of showed me, hey, you know what? You've done this once. If you could duplicate that and continue to keep duplicating that, you know what I mean? This is something that that can last a career.
Perfect. And to that same sense, so I know, you give me credit for it, but I mean, honestly, I think one of the biggest things too is you're coachable. And I take pride in being coachable myself. I take pride in, if I see somebody doing something I want to do and they're willing to teach me, I'm all in, right? So,
Yeah.
and I really appreciate that about you because, yeah, definitely shows. So you're on the team. We've been working together now for a few years. Had the best year of your career last year, and then on top of that, you're able to purchase your own home, right, for you and your family.
Yep.
Which that was like, when you told me that was one of your goals at the beginning of the year, well, we were talking, okay, yeah, and here in a couple years, and we'll save up. And it's funny once you put it on paper and you start thinking about it, and you just took off with that.
For sure.
You just
Yeah, it's things are crazy. I mean, obviously, when you have a discussion about it and you voice your goals, obviously this is something that we do a lot. You know what I mean? Goals are a huge thing to us, and mindset and everything like that. And and even just writing them down. I think once we've done that and we established and figured out, okay, yeah, this is what I need to do, or this is what my goal is, and these are the things that I need to do to be able to get there. And so yeah, I mean, I purchased my first home last year. I had the best year of my career. I could honestly say that since being in real estate, even more so since joining the team, my life has changed exponentially. And I couldn't be happier.
awesome. That makes my heart happy. So, what about why don't we transition into, so like I said, we've been working together now for a while as far as being on the team and making that transition, and then you and I made another transition from company to company. I mean, there was a lot going on. There's a lot that I credit to the position that we're in right now, which I'm so grateful for. And what do you feel was the biggest lesson that you learned throughout this entire process? I mean, I know it's a lot to put in to one answer, but I mean, we went from your previous job that you didn't really see a future in, but you were good at it. You had been doing it for a while, but you knew that you wanted to get into the space. What was the biggest lesson that you learned actually making the transition and seeing the results of that?
Sure, yeah. I think the big thing is just trusting, having blind faith, you know what I mean? And knowing that the things that you're doing now will pay off, exponentially into your future. As long as you could stay consistent, consistency is huge in our career. You know what I mean? As long as you could do those little things, break your goals down to bite-size pieces and stay consistent with those, there's no telling where you could go, really. You know what I mean? I'm definitely a testament to that. Now, for something that seemed like such a far-fetched goal, now, you know what I mean? Looking back where I'm at, it's amazing.
I love hearing that because you and I have sat down, we've written down our 10-year vision, mm-hmm. we've written down our 5-year vision, our 1 year. Mm-hmm. We break that down to what we need to do quarterly, what we need to do monthly, exactly. Weekly, and daily, right? I mean, at the end of the day, one of the first things that we established for you, I remember, was for the both of us, is just getting set up on a morning routine that works for us, mm-hmm. to be able to be as efficient as possible in our business and personal lives, right? Exactly. We want to be, you're a father, I'm a father. We want to make sure that we're there for our kids. And I think, a big point that I like to make is the fact that in this industry, most people think that or most people in the industry, right? Not outside of it, but real estate agents tend to believe that if you want to be successful, you have to work 24/7. You have to make yourself available 24/7. I've even, I see people all the time even taking pride in the fact that they're taking calls at, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, working until 1 a.m. in the morning. And I don't think that necessarily needs to be the case for you to be successful. Is that something that you've experienced or have seen outside of the industry, aside from working on the team and outside the team? Can you shed a little bit of light on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, kind of like how you touched on is morning routine. You know what I mean? That's huge. Like I can't emphasize enough how important that is in my, not only just my life but my career, just everything. It's kind of tough because I don't really see this too much as a career. It's more of a lifestyle now. You know what I mean? Now that I've been in it for as long as I have, and being on the team, and just seeing how happy it's made me and how much it's impacted my life, not only just mine but others, and my family, everything like that. So going back to that, my morning routine, I mean, getting into the office from there, I mean, that starts my whole day, getting into the office, doing the things that I need to do, doing my my lead gen that I need to, making my follow-up calls, having my appointments, and, being able to...
Working through the time blocks,
exactly,
right?
just working through all the time blocks, and then just getting home to spend, quality time with my family. I mean, that's huge. I mean, that's really all you could ask for. I mean, being in any kind of business, no one wants to get home from a long days of work and just get home and, eat dinner and pass out, when you have kids that you'd like to spend time with, or a wife that you'd like to, have a conversation with and ask about their day as well. So
and you're able to do that. And I love that.
Yeah. And you're definitely able to do that in this business. And so, like I said, I couldn't be happier with where I'm at right now in my life.
Perfect. All right. Well, look, you are the first agent, that I started working with as far as getting this team going. Yeah. So, you're basically, we're partners, right? Yeah. I mean, in this whole thing and developing the brand and getting this thing going. So, you tell me who you would recommend to look into the team, who you would recommend to join our team. Sure. and be able to, experience this type of lifestyle that allows you to still, have a successful business, and still have a successful personal life, right? Right. I mean, who do you think would benefit from something like this?
This type of structure, this type of environment.
Right, exactly, yeah. I mean, I honestly would love to say anybody, you know what I mean? But I know this business isn't for everybody, just to be quite frank. But, anybody that's just looking to, improve, not just improve your life from a business aspect, but I mean, just from an overall general perspective, you know what I mean? My sense of well-being, has just increased so much. I mean, I feel like in this industry, your mindset is everything, and that just rolls over into every aspect of your life, not just business, you know what I mean? So, from my health to, my personal life to my business, it's honestly all because of, real estate and this team. So yeah, anybody, if you're looking to improve your life and be a little bit happier, have more time with your family, obviously money's a great thing to have too, but yeah, I mean, I would love to say anybody, like I said, but I know this business isn't for everybody, but yeah, I don't know if that answers the question or not.
That's perfect, man. I appreciate that. That's awesome.
Okay, so, and if they did want to reach out to you, just to, touch base with you, get thoughts. I mean, like I said, we're partners in this thing. I mean, if they're working with me, they're working with you, right? So, sure. Yep. How could they get a hold of you?
Really, any social media platform. I mean, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. I don't have a TikTok. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. That's right. But email, phone, the works. I'm sure we might maybe drop it in somewhere in here. Maybe.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate this. Taking the time and with everything that's going on right now. Absolutely. So I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. If you need more information, my information, my personal information will be on there as well. And I would love to connect. If there's any questions you guys have, if there's anything I can help out with, I know Robert makes himself available too. We just love to provide value. At the end of the day, you get compensated for the value that you provide, and so we are here to provide as much value as we possibly can, and go from there. So thank you guys, appreciate it.